Welcome to this explainer. Okay, so if you've ever stepped foot inside a dispensary or even just scrolled through an online cannabis menu, you already know the drill. The whole shopping experience can be, well, incredibly overwhelming, right? You're instantly hit with this wall of scientific terms, vastly different cannabinoid percentages, and incredibly complex strain lineages. It is a lot to process, even if you consider yourself a seasoned consumer. So today, we're demystifying a really unique digital tool that's designed to literally cut through all of that noise. We're going to break down the Cuddles AI Dashboard, an interface built specifically to guide that exact journey. Okay, let's dive into this. Right off the bat, the system doesn't just hand you a blank, intimidating search bar. Instead, it greets you with a direct message from this cute animated bud avatar. The prompt simply reads, "Hi, I'm Cuddles. Tell me what effects you're looking for, your experience level, and any flavor preferences. I'll recommend the perfect products for you." This conversational approach is absolutely powerful because it taps into natural language processing. It essentially shifts the entire burden of knowledge right off your shoulders and onto the AI. You get to just communicate in normal human terms rather than having to bypass industry gatekeeping or learn a textbook's worth of complex scientific vocabulary first. And you really notice how this welcoming philosophy translates visually, too. The design is super clean and unintimidating. It operates in this sleek, dark mode with plenty of breathing room between all the elements. You won't find any cluttered spreadsheets or giant, exhausting walls of text here. By keeping visual distractions to an absolute minimum, the interface directly reduces consumer cognitive load and anxiety. It totally bridges the gap between casual, fun discovery and precise, intentional usage. Which brings us to the real core navigation philosophy of the app, vibe-based product discovery. Rather than forcing users to try and decipher confusing terpene jargon or understand the deeply nuanced botanical differences between, say, a pure sativa and an indica hybrid, the interface uses these highly intuitive, effect-based vibes, translating complex botany and cannabinoids into these simple emotional and physical states. That represents a massive shift in how plant medicine is actually marketed and consumed today. The system basically achieves this by mapping out the human circadian rhythm through 6 very distinct categories that sit right above the chat interface. Conceptually, it's organizing your entire day for you. We've got morning energy paired with a little coffee cup, and social energy marked by sparkles to get you going. Then there's boost creativity with a lightning bolt, stress relief with a calming palette, pain relief with a heart, all the way down to help me sleep with a small moon icon. The AI isn't just mindlessly sorting products, it's providing a holistic spectrum of physical and mental states. And this brilliantly illustrates the dynamic range of the AI tool. When we contrast morning energy with help me sleep, we're really looking at 2 completely opposite ends of the human experience, aren't we? An AM kickstart versus a PM wind down. Showcasing this kind of breadth proves that the AI's recommendation engine is built to act as a 24-hour wellness companion. It's meant to support your entire daily routine rather than just catering to one single recreational use case. Now, while those vibe categories cater beautifully to the casual consumer, if you glance toward the top right of the dashboard, it reveals a completely different layer of functionality designed for total precision. Right up there, away from the main chat, is a specialized tool suite just waiting to be explored. It's subtle, sure, but it adds a massive amount of utility to the whole user experience. Now, what's really interesting about this is how these 4 subtle little icons actually represent a complete consumer lifecycle. On the surface, yeah, it just looks like a clean navigation bar. But once we decode it, we see this completely holistic ecosystem of digital tools: an AI strain scanner, a dispensary storefront, a smart dosing calculator, and a personal strain journal. It's the whole shebang. The very first step in this sort of power user journey is the AI strain scanner, which is represented by that camera icon. This visual identification tool literally turns physical curiosity into digital data. Just imagine you have a product, but oops, you lost the packaging. Or maybe a friend recommends something visually. You just snap a quick picture using this tool, and the AI immediately steps in to identify the exact strain and all its specific properties. Pretty wild, right? Then, once the scanner identifies a product, the dispensary storefront takes over. Linked to the little building icon, this functions as your direct shopping portal. It instantly bridges the gap between discovery and acquisition, and you never even have to leave the ecosystem. You don't have to open a new browser, search around, and go hunt down what Cuddles just identified or recommended for you. The purchasing experience is totally closed loop, frictionless, and incredibly convenient. Moving right down the line, we reach the calculator icon, which accesses the smart dosing calculator. So the crucial point is how this precision tool addresses one of the absolute biggest hurdles in the edibles market, the fear of overconsumption. By hyper-focusing on safety, it transforms what is all too often a stressful guessing game into a predictable science. This is absolutely vital for users who are seeking exact, calculated usage to ensure they have a safe and genuinely positive experience. Finally, we have the user profile icon, which acts as your personal strain journal. This personalized history and tracking feature is really where the AI truly becomes, well, personalized. It uses a machine learning loop. Every single logged experience basically trains the algorithm. This means the dashboard gets functionally smarter and way more accurate about your specific biological responses, your tolerance levels, and your flavor tastes with every single session. Ultimately, the Cuddles AI dashboard takes a wildly complex and often super intimidating market and distills it down into one simple, powerful question. What vibe are you looking for today? By combining a wonderfully intuitive, friendly design with some seriously powerful back-end tools like dosing calculators and visual scanners, it really empowers you to navigate your personal wellness journey with absolute confidence. It kind of begs the question, as AI continues to bridge the gap between complex botany and human emotion, will algorithms ultimately become our most trusted wellness companions? Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. I hope this structured look at the dashboard leaves you eager to explore your own beautifully tailored journey.